Hi guys, my name is Victoria Murphy and I'm in Art 100 and I'm doing a PowerPoint presentation on Salvador Dali. I added some images of Salvador to my presentation because I think just getting to see him and knowing how he looked and how he interacted with the public is a very important part of his work. As you can see by mainly these two pictures right here, he was kind of an out there man. He wasn't the typical artist, which really speaks to the type of art he created. He was a surreal artist. The things he did were kind of odd, kind of weird, not something you'd see every day. In these two images right here, you notice that there's a woman with him. This woman is his wife. She was a huge part of his career, not necessarily from an artistic standpoint, although she was the focal point of a lot of the subject, the focal point of a lot of different works of art he did. But she was mainly the business part of his work. She helped market him to the world. She helped him with public relations, with just getting his face out there. She helped the world not only see him as an artist, but as a poet, as a man, as a filmmaker. Just he had a lot more depth in the eyes of the world because of his wife. Salvador was born on May 11th, 1904. He was born and raised in Figueras, Spain, where he later died on January 23rd, 1989. Dali's mother also died of breast cancer when he was 16 years old. This played a big role in him becoming a major worldwide celebrity. In the death of his mother, while he was mourning her, he decided that he never wanted to be forgotten. He always wanted to have a piece of him left here, whether it being his work of art, of poetry, or just his face. Salvador achieved this by becoming one of the world's greatest surreal artists. Dali had many achievements throughout his life. In 1922, Dali enrolled in the Special Painting in Sculpture and Engraving School in Madrid. This led Dali to a lot of great things. For instance, Dali didn't only work as a painter, but also he helped animate and produce a short film called Destino, which I'll show you a little bit of it right now so you can see how the art is very similar to his. I'll skip through this part so you can just see the art. I highly suggest looking into that a little bit more if you're interested at all in Disney or short films or Dali. He was also, as I referenced earlier, in a Alka-Seltzer commercial, which I'll also show you a little bit of that.
First, it dissolves. Happy bubbles, but devoted bubbles. Then the Alka-Seltzer shoots into the stomach. Here, it neutralizes that bad excess acid. Meantime, the specially buffer aspirin is speeding into your bloodstream to all places of pain. So those beautiful places will feel beautiful again. Alka-Seltzer is a work of art, truly one of a kind, like Dali.
So yes, Dali was part of not only the Surrealist revolution, but he was also a part of the media revolution. He was at the forefront of where commercials and media in Hollywood, well, not necessarily Hollywood, but the movie scene, fame came into action. He was part of the film revolution. There was a lot of things going on throughout his life, and you can see that through his work, his wide variety of things he did: art, commercials, paintings, animations, poetry, and so on. Alright, so moving on from the history and background of Salvador Dali, here is the work of art that I'm going to dissect today. It's one of the most interesting, at least to me, works of art that Salvador did, and it's his self-portrait. Um, it's not a lot of people really associate this piece of work with him when they think of him. When they think of Salvador, generally they think of this work of art right here, which is his really standard kind of signature work of art with the clocks melting, which actually he had said is a reference to the way cheese melts, which I thought was kind of funny. But this image is called a soft self-portrait, as it is titled on this little pedestal, and it looks to be his empty skin being propped up by these crutches and held up. As you can see, his signature mustache, his long eyebrows, and kind of dark leathery skin. And there's also this little piece of fried bacon right here, which I overlooked the first time I saw this piece of work, and it represents like breakfast, organic, being human, something that comes and goes, something that's always there when you need it, something normal. But in this setting, it looks so abnormal, which is odd, which is kind of how the artist was as a person. He was so abnormal, he made normal things look odd. This portrait was finished in 1941, which many argue was the height of Dali's career. This image really raises questions about what really makes humans who they are. Is it the skin that they wear, or is it what's inside? This portrait it's very dark. As you can see, the background is very dark, along with the skin is darker with highlights around the face. It has really great contrasting colors. The darks with the white wood and the highlights from the light that's looking like it's coming down in this way. Although it doesn't really seem like it, to me at least, there's a lot of texture in here. This background looks very grainy and textured and out of focus to me, while the forefront of the image is very crisp and clear. And the face, it looks like skin. It's smooth, it's clear. It looks as if you could almost see the pores if you got close enough. And the same with the wood. The wood's really smooth, and the bacon is extremely detailed. You see the little ripples and the fat and the highlights. And the crutches really beg the question of what holds you up, what makes you who you are. Are you just skin and bones and empty, or are you actually making something out of yourself? Is it about the skin we wear, or is it about the person we are inside? And I think that's what makes this picture so shocking. It's what's really inside of the person, what really makes us who we are. Dali wasn't all about his mustache and his eyebrows and his darker skin, and what he had for breakfast. There was more to him than just that. We aren't just our soft self-portrait with fried bacon. There's more to us than just that. And I really think that's what Dali was trying to point out with his making the focal point of his picture, his facial skin being propped up by crutches. And that's some of the reasons why I admire Dali so much through everything I just explained to you in my presentation. Here's some of his other works that I think are very beautiful. Move this down a little bit. But that's all I have for you today. Here are my sources. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you all do great on your presentation.